Hello students, myself Dr. Sandeep Kumar Bansal is again here to discuss the second part of the local anesthetics. So, let us start, but before proceeding further, so let me tell you what we had discussed earlier. In our previous discussion, we had discussed about the local anesthetics and sour of the local anesthetics. In that part, we had discussed that what are the local anesthetics and how they act and what are the various uses of the local anesthetic. If you broadly see the what are the local anesthetics. So, local anesthetics are mainly used for the purposes of the minor surgeries and they are quite different from the general anesthetics. And basically they work through the blockage of nerve conduction, or basically they abolish the nerve conduction, but it does not happen immediately. So, before the blockage of the nerve impulse or nerve sensation, it slows down the nerve conduction. So, local anesthetics act on the local anesthetic receptors that are situated in the sodium ion channels. And let us see, we had also discussed what are the various uses. So, they are used in the ophthalmology, dentistry and so on. They are used in the urethra, they are used in the cataract, they are used in the rectal way, they are used in the form of injections, they are used in the forms of topical formulations, say for example, spray, jelly, ointment, so on. Now, in this second part, what we are going to discuss? We are going to discuss is the benzoic acid derivatives, and it will include first one is cocaine, then hexylcaine, mepryl-caine, cyclomethycaine and piperocaine. So, these many compounds are supposed to be discussed in this particular section. So, here is the list of the drugs that I am going to discuss in the second part, and they are, let me enlist first of all, they are cocaine number 1, second one is the hexylcaine, third one is mepryl-caine, fourth one is the cyclomethycaine. Student, do not mistake, do not commit mistake, here there is no methyl, it is only methycaine, and fifth one is the piperocaine. So, these 5 drugs we are going to discuss in this section. So, let me repeat it once more, so that you will be more familiar with the name of these drugs. They are cocaine, hexylcaine, mepryl-caine, cyclomethycaine and piperocaine. So, now let me initiate, let me tell you about the history or how these benzoic acid derivatives came into existence or how they are discovered. There is the one common word that is called lead. So, lead are basically the positive hits that exhibit some certain pharmacological response. And why it is calling lead? Because it lead to the discovery of many other drugs. It lead to the discovery of the many other drugs. So, that is why it is called lead. Now, benzoic acid was used as a lead for the number of local anesthetics. Now, if we talk about the drug discovery process, so majority of the lead or initial leads, what we say, they are designed to use clinically useful local anesthetics originate from the natural sources. So, my dear students, natural sources are very good source or natural plants, they are basically the good source of the lead for the synthetic drugs. So, as early as 1532, the anesthetic properties of the coca leaves and the botanical name of this plant is Erythroxylon coca. If you see this is the Erythroxylon coca. So, basically the natives of the Peru, they used to chew, what they use? They used to chew the leaves of this coca plant, Erythroxylon coca, for the feeling of well being, for the feeling of well being and to reduce the hunger. Basically, they used these leaves to well being and to reduce the hunger, and saliva from chewing these leaves was used by to relieve the painful wounds. So, it was very initial stage when the leaves of coca plant were used to get rid of the painful wound. So, in this way this starts the discovery of the benzoic acid derivative, but here till now no structure is available. So, let me tell you how this benzoic acid was related with these local anesthetics. So, see the active principle of the coca leaf, what does it mean? Means the natives of Peru used the coca leaves as such, but in 1860 the scientist Niemann isolated, what he isolated? Isolated a crystalline alkaloid from the leaves and gave the name cocaine. He isolated the crystalline compound and gave it name the cocaine, and who noted the anesthetic effect on the tongue. So, this cocaine had the local anesthetic action on the tongue. So, it was thus. Now, this cocaine, what happens ultimately? Actually, this cocaine was subjected to the hydrolysis. This cocaine was subjected to the hydrolysis. Upon hydrolysis, it yielded the three component. First one was benzoic acid, second one was ikonin, and third one was the methanol. So, cocaine is composed of, basically again let me explain it, it is composed of three basic parts. One is benzoyl group, third is carbomethoxy group, and third one is the tropinone moiety. The first is the benzoyl group, second is carbomethoxy group, and third one is the tropin moiety. So, upon hydrolysis it yielded benzoic acid, ikonin and methanol. So, from here the benzoic acid structure was used as a lead for the further development of the local anesthetics. See the structure of this benzoic acid. Now, more elaborative structure of this cocaine. Now, if you have not able to see in earlier slide, so now you can see it easily. This is carbomethoxyl group, benzoyl group, and the tropinone moiety. And upon yielding hydrolysis, it gives this benzoic acid. Now, this is the structure of benzoic acid. So, let me draw the structure of benzoic acid. Now, what happens? The para position is substituted by some alkyl or aryl substituent. It may be alkyl, it may be aryl, some alkyl or aryl substituent, and simultaneously the hydrogen atom simultaneously the hydrogen atom of carboxyl group is also replaced by some more substituents, and it is considered as the R 2. So, eventually it act as a lead for the other local anesthetics. Now, let me explain the structure of 5 different compounds that you are supposed to read in your syllabus. So, very first is hexylcane. So, this hexylcane R 1 means this R 1 is simply the H, means there is no substitution, there is no substitution. On the other hand, this R 2, I am talking about this R 2, this R 2 is substituted by, if I am not able to recall, this is you can see this is cyclohexyl group. So, therefore, it has been named hexylcane. So, name has been taken from the substituent, one substituent, that is cyclohexyl. So, this is N substituted amines. Substituted amines means one hydrogen is, this is amine NH3, and this one hydrogen is substituted by cyclohexyl, and another hydrogen is substituted by the CH2. Many branched this many branched this ethyl or propyl chain. So, hexylcane is basically known for its presence of the cyclohexyl nucleus. Now, meprilcane again R 1 is hydrogen, but R 2 is not same. Here you can see in place of cyclohexyl there is the presence of alkyl chain propyl, and one more change is there, that there is only one methyl group substitution, but here 2 methyl groups are substituted in the ethyl chain. So, these are the structures of 2 compounds, hexylcane and the meprilcane. Now, let me proceed for the third compound, that is piperocane. Piperocane is again characterized by the presence of this methyl piperidine. So, therefore, you can see the similarity in the name piperocane, piperidine. So, in this way students, you can learn the complex structure by making some analogy. So, this is the structure of the piperocane. Cyclomethicane. Now, cyclomethicane means H. In our previous 3 structures, the R 1 is a H, but in this cyclomethicane, this R 1 is cyclohexyl oxy or oxo, cyclohexyl. That is what they say again, and here you see this the structure R 2 is similar as that of the piperocane, means here it is methyl piperidine. So, we have to discuss all these one by one. So, very first compound is the cocaine. As we had discussed earlier, the molecular formula of cocaine is C17H21NO4. Its molecular weight is 303.35. It is an alkaloid ester extracted from the leaves of the plants, including coca. So, coca was mainly the main source of origin from where the cocaine was extracted. Now, look upon the IUPAC name of this compound, methyl 1R, 2R, 3R, S and 5S, means it has 4 centers of isomerism. So, therefore, it is 1R, 2R, 3S, 5S. 3 benzoyl oxy 8 methyl 8 aza bicyclo 3 to 1 octane 2. So, if we go about, if we want to discuss about the basic physical properties or physical appearance of this cocaine, it is the first local anesthetic discovered so far. It appear as a white crystalline powder. It appear as a white crystalline powder, or it also appear as a colorless crystals, and it is a very soluble in water and freely soluble in alcohol. However, it is slightly soluble in the methylene chloride. If we talk about its storage, it is stored in the well closed container, in tight container, wet closed airtight container, and protected from light. Because why it is? It is because it may decompose or it may destroy in the presence of the light or in the presence of the air. And it is considered too toxic for any anesthetic procedure requiring injection. So, there is one drawback with this cocaine, it is considered as the too toxic for any anesthetic procedure requiring injection. So, generally cocaine is not employed in the form of injection, it is employed as a topically, and in the strength of 1 or 2% solution for the anesthesia of the ear, nose, throat, rectum and the vagina, because of the intense vasoconstrictive action. So, basically it is used in the form of topical formulations, not as an injection, because of its vasoconstrictive action. What will happen if we try to use it as a injection? It will cause vasoconstriction at the site of injection. So, therefore, it is not used as a injection, rather it is used in the form of a topical formulation as an 1% or 2% and it is employed in the ear, nose, throat, rectum and vagina. And here is the cocaine eye drop. BP is a commercial preparation that is available in the market. Now, next drug is a hexyl cane. Hexyl cane hydrochloride is also known as cyclane or osmocane. So, cyclane and osmocane are the synonyms of the hexyl cane. It is a short acting local anesthetic that acts through inhibition of the sodium channel. In my first lecture, I have told you that the duration of action is a major concern in case of local anesthetics. So, here this is the point to be noted that it is the short acting local anesthetic that acts through the inhibition of the sodium channel. Patients experience an overdose may present with headache, tinnitus, numbness and tingling around the mouth and the tongue, and even sometime convulsions may appear and inability to breathe and decreased heart function. So, overdose of this hexyl cane is a very dangerous. So, it due to this side effect, it has been discontinued in the US market. Now, this is about the structure of this hexyl cane. It can be formula is C16, H23 and NO2. So, this is the molecular formula of this hexyl cane. molecular weight is 261.38. Now, if you look upon its IUPAC name, it is 1-cyclohexyl, 1-cyclohexyl amino propane 2-yl benzoate. Since it is substituted with the cyclohexyl, so this hexyl cane. It is exists as a white powder. It is soluble in water and chloroform. On the other hand, if we see discuss about the cocaine, the cocaine was not soluble in chloroform, that was soluble in water and alcohol, but this hexyl cane is soluble in water as well as in the chloroform. It is regarded as all purpose soluble anesthetic. Because of its solubility, it is used as all purpose soluble local anesthetic, and its onset and duration is similar to that of lignocaine. Its onset and duration is similar to that of lignocaine or lidocaine. Now, if we talk about its dose, so for infiltration purposes, it is used as 1%. For nerve block, it is used in the range of 1 to 2%, and used as a local anesthetic for surface application, infiltration or nerve block. So, generally this hexyl cane is used as a surface anesthetic for the purpose of the nerve block or infiltration. Next compound, this is mepryl cane. Formula is C14H21NO2, molecular weight is 235.32, also known as oracane or epirocane, oracane or epirocane. Its IUPAC name is 2-methyl 2-propyl amino propyl benzoate. So, 2-methyl 2-propyl amino propyl benzoate. It exists as a white crystalline powder. Like hexyl cane, it is soluble in water and chloroform. So, this is the similarity between the hexyl cane and this mepryl cane. So, both are soluble in water as well as in the chloroform. Dose, it is used in the dose 0.5% to the 1% in the soluble form. Next drug in our this discussion is the cyclomethicane. Here I would like to mention once more that students do not commit mistake. There is not L methyl, it is not a methyl, it is methyl, cyclomethicane. Formula is C22H33NO3, molecular weight is 395.5. Its IUPAC name is 3,2-methyl piperidine 1-yl propyl 4-cyclohexyl oxybenzoate. It exists as a white crystalline powder, and it is again soluble in water and chloroform. It is again having similarity with that what we say previous two compounds, hexyl cane and mepryl. So, it is a white crystalline powder soluble in water and as well as in the chloroform. It is used to relieve pain from the damaged skin. Our previous earlier local anesthetic that we have discussed, they are supposed to use over the intact skin, but this cyclomethicane can be used for the damaged skin or the mucous membrane of the rectum, vagina and the urinary bladder. As far as the dose is concerned, it is used in the dose of 0.5% to 1% in the soluble form. Next drug in this series is piperocane. So, here students, resemblance, I am once more I am pointing out the resemblance with the name piperocane. So, piper, and this is the piperidine. better to say methyl piperidine. Its molecular formula is C16H23NO2 and the molecular weight is 261.35. IUPAC name is 3,2-methyl piperidine 1-ill propyl 4-cyclohexyl oxybenzoate. If we talk about its appearance or the physical property, again all these derivatives are similar in physical appearance and physical properties. It is a white crystalline powder soluble in water and chloroform, and it is used as a surface anesthesia for eyes, throat and as a caudal analgesia. So, appearance wise or physical properties, on the basis of physical properties, all these benzoic acid derivatives are similar in nature. So, my dear students, I have told you about the local anesthetics. In this part, I have discussed you about the benzoic acid derivatives. So, in our next discussion, we will discuss about the esters and other derivatives. So, thank you students. So, have a patience, have a good day. Thank you very much.